In my previous video, I promised that I was going to be sharing tips that is going to help you to stand out in your applications for the Tony Elumelu Entrepreneurship Program. And if this is your first time hearing about this program, you didn't come across this video by mistake. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you tips that is going to help you in your application. As a 2024 beneficiary of this program, these tips that I'm about to share with you are the things I did during my application. So the first thing I did was to research about the program. I made my research. I carried out in-depth research about the program. This doesn't just apply to the Tony Elumelu Entrepreneurship Program. It also applies to all other programs. Whenever you're applying for a grant or whatever it is, always make sure that you do your research. Find useful, important information about the program. These are the following things you need to know. You should know about the program. First of all, the eligibility criteria, the document you need for the application, and in this case, for the Tony Elumelu Entrepreneurship Program, some of the documents you would be needing are your CSC certificate. So if your business is not above 4 years or your business is still in the idea stage, that is, you just have the idea and you haven't even started the business, you're also eligible to apply. So you can also submit your applications. This program is not just for those that already have a business. 3. Always read and follow instructions. If you are able to read the instructions thoroughly, trust me, you wouldn't have any difficulty in answering those questions. One thing about this application is under each of the questions that you are supposed to answer, there is like something like a short sentence that explains what should be in your answers, in your responses. For instance, if you're asked to write about me, under the about me, you will see a short description or explanation of how you should write the response about yourself. So always take note of this. Don't just answer like generally. Make sure that your answers are tailored to the questions asked. Also, stick to the word count and obey instructions, follow instructions. For instance, if your response is supposed to be a minimum of 50 words and a maximum of 100 words, please make sure that your response is within that range. It means that you can write, your response can be 50, it can be 60, 70, but it shouldn't exceed 100 words and it shouldn't be below 50 words. Avoid plagiarism at all costs and don't use ChatGPT to answer those questions, please. And you don't even need to give somebody, like, you don't even need to ask somebody to write the application for you. It's something you can do by yourself. I did mine myself. Nobody assisted me with the application. If only you can follow the instructions, read the instructions very well, like thoroughly, answering those questions wouldn't be difficult. One thing is that when you ask those who write applications for people to do the work for you, it's possible that the responses they are, using for you could be the same thing as the responses they've used for others. It's possible for plagiarism to occur there. And remember, you're not the only one applying for this. It's highly competitive. So just do your applications yourself and trust me, if you can answer those questions correctly, appropriately, there shouldn't be any problem. Don't be in a rush. Don't rush to submit your applications. Take time, like take your time to answer those questions correctly. During my own application, I made sure that I answered the questions patiently. I didn't rush. I wasn't in a hurry to apply to submit my applications. I can remember that I could spend like just a day to answer just 2 questions, and the questions that we asked were about 15 or so. I took my time to answer those questions because I knew what I wanted. Lastly, proofread, edit, edit, and edit again. Edit. Make sure that your responses are free of errors, grammatical errors, punctuation errors. Make sure that punctuations are where they're supposed to be. A tool you can use that's going to help you is Grammarly. And Grammarly is not always 100% correct sometimes. Make sure that even when you use Grammarly, go through it to be so sure that there are no mistakes. Another tool you can make use of is Google Docs. One thing I love about Google Docs is that when you're writing, you can check the word count so you can know if you have gone beyond the word limits, the required word count, or you are below. So it also gives suggestions where necessary for grammatical errors. Also, pray, 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 pray. When I submitted my application, I never got tired of praying about it. I always prayed about it. In my next video, I'm going to be sharing a guide on how you can answer the questions correctly, how you can answer the questions with ease. So if this is your first time coming across my video, do well to subscribe and see you in my next video. Bye.